Morning, everybody. Thanks for everyone's questions and concerns about my ribs. And just a quick update. Yep, they're definitely getting better. I'm able to do more, speak loudly, and even do a little bit of training, which is great. Out doing my morning walk this morning. Been to the gym to do my my stretching and all my core exercises and stuff that I can still do, like bridge holds and planks and stuff like that. But today I just wanted to talk a little bit about peaks and troughs, peaks and valleys. When is the right time to quit? And I guess, they say, never quit, never give up, but ultimately there's always the right time to quit, the right way to quit, or the right way to put something away on its side. So in any endeavor, no matter what it is, and I believe that this advice can help people with any aspect of whether deciding to stop doing something or not. But today, obviously, we're talking about karate and your karate journey. So any time we're going to have times where we're just completely motivated, everything's working really well for us. We've got the Midas touch, you would say. We're achieving goals, we're getting better, we're improving, all that sort of thing, and we just feel we're just loving what we're doing. We're on top of the world. You can see clearly. And then there's going to be other times when we're down in the valley where you may have had an injury, you may have hit a roadblock, you might have got to the blue belt blues, you might be struggling with something and you're not feeling that, and it's almost like you have this clouded vision. Nothing's giving you that motivation that you felt you were feeling before. You're not inspired, you're not motivated, you got to drag yourself to training. If you're the parent, you got to try and you're trying to motivate the kids. They don't want to get off the couch. Often when they get to karate, they're all right, but getting them there is a real challenge. So my advice is that you never give up when you're in the valley, because you can't see clearly and you'll often regret the decision of giving up. And when you stop, if you do come back later, it's often really hard to get that momentum back. So you're better off to make sure that you're making the right decision. Geez, that sun's funny. Making the right decision to get started. And so what do? Well, when you're in a valley, it's just best to get yourself out of that valley first, get to a position where you can think clearly, make really good decisions, make empowered decisions. So how do you get out of the valley back to the peak so that you can then make an educated decision, or the right decision that you're not going to regret? That's the key. You got to if you make the decision from an empowered position, you won't look back and go, well, I made the wrong decision. So if you're struggling, you're unmotivated with your training, you need to change it up. Get to another class, try a different dojo. Often, maybe if you're training once a week or something like that, pick it up to 2 times a week. Do the opposite of what feels natural. You think, I'll take a break, I'll get refreshed. No, probably pick up an extra class, maybe do more. Go and put yourself out there, set a bigger goal. If there's a tournament coming up, enter that tournament. Give yourself something to move towards, and use the disciplined actions to get you through that challenging time. And then when you get back up and you're on top again, you may still decide that it's time for you to try something different, take a break from it. Perfect, great decision. If you're making it from a place of clarity and a place of empowerment, you won't regret the decision, and it's probably the right decision for you. So no one's saying that you have to keep doing something that you hate, although sometimes you do have to go through those challenging times. So talk to your senseis, talk to your coaches, and talk to someone who's motivated and enthusiastic themselves. Make the call, try something different, push through, and get back to the peak, so you can see clearly and you can make an educated decision. So if that's all you want to listen to, great. My personal experience, I'll just give you now. I've been doing karate for over 20 years. I've never stopped training in karate. During that whole time, I've had times when I've trained more. I've had times when I've trained less. I've had times when I was super motivated, and other times when I was unmotivated. But I've never actually stopped training karate, except for when I broke my back and I obviously couldn't train for a while. But having said that, in the business side of the karate, I did make a decision. In the early 2000s, I was assistant regional manager down in Wollongong. I was, young guy, motivated, enthusiastic, and we came through a Christmas period where I was making less sales than I was hoping to, I guess. And then we got through the Christmas period. My manager had taken extra week off in January. During the Christmas period, I'd also early December, that sort of thing, I'd met a new female friend, and she didn't know my big dreams in karate and where I was going, and she only heard some of the negative stuff that was coming into the December period that she was hearing from me. I then also, when my boss was away, my manager was away, for that extra week in the January, I really pushed hard. I helped motivate the team. We achieved our goals, and the manager came in at that point and after his week off, and there was just no recognition for what I felt I'd done. And that really that I was already in a valley. I was already struggling, and that really demotivated me, and I made a decision to stop. And I was in the valley, and I regretted it. Luckily I kept training in karate, but I came and I did regret it, and luckily for me I came back and I got back involved in it. But I tell you what, it did cost me an extra year or so. I had to go back a couple of levels. I had to really work through it, work hard, and all that sort of thing. And so that's where my personal experience and a time when it was that really that I made a decision from a poor place, a valley, and I've learned from that, and I've helped a lot of other people now through that experience to make better, clearer decisions. So hopefully that helps you. If as I said, if you're having a struggling time with either the kids or yourself, talk to your senseis, ask them experience. Nobody has gotten to black belt without facing challenges, and so ask another black belt for guidance and motivation. And remember, I believe in you. If you don't quit, you will make it. And I'll see you in the dojo.